Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here, GuitarJams.com, bringing you one of the most heavily requested songs that I've ever had. I'm going to break down that whole bit right there for you. Also, there's a lot of different theory and rhythm techniques that are involved that I get deeper into at my website, GuitarJams.com. I'm going to leave a link for the website down there. You can try it out for free for 3 days and explore some of the different techniques I've got on there. And it helps support all this stuff, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, let's zoom in and break this down. Get ready, put your thinking caps on, and let's have fun. Here we go. All right, let's start breaking this thing down. It's actually really good to know that each of these little things, they're like events over a chord. So the theory and knowing the chords is really going to be helpful if you want to employ some of these techniques in your own style. So anyway, I'm tuned down to E flat. Strats, in particular, love to be in E flat. They feel great. They're a little bit spongier in the bending and whatnot. And obviously, Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan did that. Okay, first move. So I'm going down, up. And on that down, and also there's a lot of left thumb going on. Now, anytime I'm using my left thumb on anything, just keep in mind that you could use your index finger if you really can't use your thumb. I'm going to teach it to you with the thumb. So we got a down, which is muted. And then I squeeze down on that chord on the up, and I let it slide. And then I hit the open E, and then cut it off. So we got down muted, up squeezed, slide. Then I'm going to mute the strings with my left hand and do a down up. That's all pretty easy stuff. And that fits all over an E minor chord. Just like that. The next move and so I'm hammering on the open A string, then skipping the D string and playing the open G string. Another thing that's going to be happening a lot is lots of hammer-on pull-offs with double stops. So like even this thing, I'm strumming two strings. And so if I'm covering the 5th fret of the A and the D, then I hammer my ring up to the 7th of the A. And then so it's kind of a lot of a barring with the index finger. I'm going to hammer on that same thing from the 5 to the 7 on the D string. And I'm getting the D and the G string in there at the same time. And that's going to continue out through this stuff. So here we have from the top. Very tasty. That's the next move. Left thumb over the, and also just the tip of the thumb can mute that A string. And then with your index finger, we're going to cover the 3rd fret of the B and the high E. It's really just a G major chord, or kind of like a G5, you could call it, or G major. So I'm going to do a hammer-on pull-off between the 3rd and the 5th fret on that high E while I'm covering these two. And you can also get that open G string in there. the top, real slow. Okay, now I'm going into this F-looking shape. You know, if you've learned F that way. We've got this F shape right here. Fifth, fourth, third, third. Thumb over that. And so we're going to be doing these little hammer-ons on that 5th fret of the G string with our pinky. Check that out. Hitting that D note there. And you've got that thumb still. You're going to slide that thumb up to the 5th fret, which is an A note, and we're going into the A minor event. If you can try and not have the other strings ring out when you slide that thumb up. When I played it in bands, I actually cheated and used my middle finger a lot. You know, that kind of thing. But it's supposed to ring out, so you have a little reference point, and then you tickle around it. We got that ringing out, and then we're going to do one of those kind of, so it's 5 to 7 on the A string, and you can kind of let that D that's barred on the 5th ring out with it. But then we're going to skip, and we're going to play that 5th fret of the G back to that 7th of the A. So if they were single notes without those kind of underlying double stops, you know, and then while you're holding this bar over the D, G, and, you know, B, not that you need it, but you're kind of holding this down, you're going to go. And also, if you can get your thumb to keep that ringing out, I kind of take it off. But that's me, and a lot of you will have to do it that way too. I don't have the Arsenio Hall thumb, although most of you won't know that reference. Long thumb, basically. Okay, so we're going hammer on from 5 to 7 on the G. Then we go to the D, and I just hammer it down. Then I go to the A, and you kind of hammer on pull off. Same, and then a hammer on pull off between the 5 and 7 on the low E into an open E. So check out that whole move from the thumb up here. So there's some other cool stuff coming up. So we did the A minor with the thumb. Now what we want to do is we're going to do this little double stop up here. And it's basically kind of in a E minor bar chord kind of position. Index finger on the 7th of the G, middle finger on the 8th of the B, hammer on pull off with the pinky on the 10th fret of the B while you're holding this shape. So we're going, holding that, hammer on pull off with our pinky, then that G string, which is still barred on the 7th fret. So, hear that? So. Now, just to keep in mind when I talk about the theory stuff, that little move there could be played instead of an E minor chord anytime you want. You know, that's just something to keep in mind after you get this under your fingers a bit. So we got... So I'm covering the 7th fret of the A and the D, and I'm playing that twice. Then pinky is going up to the 10th fret of the A. Then I'm going to that 7th fret of the D string, but I'm kind of letting that 7th fret of the G string ring with it. Once again, that kind of 2-string double stop with hammer-on pull-offs. Big part of Hendrix's rhythm stuff. Open E. Look at my right hand. Hammer up to the 9th fret of the D there. Then let it go. It kind of goes backwards. So that would be the 10 back down to the 7. So once again, it's a thumb thing. I tend to cheat, once again, like I said, but I'm going to teach it to you with the thumb. So we're going to slide that thumb up to the 7th fret of the low E. And then we're holding like a minor chord, bar chord, like that, but we're doing it with this. So we got thumb there, muting the A string, ring finger on the 9 of the D, index finger on the 7 of the G. And you kind of can just bar this. Now, for me to get my pinky doing all that stuff, my thumb just comfortably has to come off. Now, if your hands are big enough to just keep that ringing out the whole time, good job. You did it. Okay, so... and the chord, then pinky, it looks like this kind of move. Pinky's on the 9, 10, 9, and then 10 on the B. But if you're holding this chord, you can strum the chord with it. And Stevie Ray Vaughan gave that B string a little bluesy quarter tone bend right there. So then I immediately, because like I said, I'm cheating, I immediately get my thumb back on here into that same bar chord. So we're just going. Those are just minor chords down. From the top. Okay, holding this shape, this is really actually probably my favorite little move in this tune. So you got your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D and your index finger on the 5th fret of the G. And I'm going to hammer on, it's a little tricky, but hammering on my pinky. My ring finger's planted here on the 7th, and I'm hammering my pinky up a whole step from there, while I'm holding this kind of A minor looking shape up here. So check it out. Then the ring finger comes off. Pinky goes to the 8th fret of the A. Ring finger goes to the 7th fret of the A. Then I'm going 5, 7, 5 on the D string. Once again, kind of letting that G string ring out as a double stop. Now, the next thing is a 5 to the 7 slide on the low E. You could use your thumb. I think I'm using my middle finger there. And then we got to go into this G thing. And we're almost there. So So what's going on there is thumbs on that 3rd fret, and then it looks like that F chord, and then pinky is going up to the 5th fret of the high E, so you get this kind of thing. Now, I kind of just let that middle finger mute. That might sound familiar to you, right? So we've got... Oops, what am I doing? So we slide that up a whole step. Right back. And when I slide it up, my thumb's just off. I'm not playing the low E. Then it goes right back on. And so then I'm going to strummings, then a slide. Thumb's still locked down there. So then I'm going to a standard C chord. I hope you know that already. If you don't know it, don't learn this lesson yet. So da 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 be. So I'm just doing a little hammer on, pull off on that 3rd fret of the B with my pinky while holding that C chord. And I just take that C chord and I move it up a whole step, which gives me a D now. Boom, now we're going to go into one more D Hendrix major move. So I'm barring the 7th fret, and I'm doing a hammer on from 7 to 9 on the D, while letting that G ring out with it. So bum, bum, bum. Pinky's going down to the 10th of the A after that. Then I'm doing that little double stop idea again on the 7th fret of the A and the D. and I add my ring finger up to that 9th fret of the A string, which is just like kind of vibe. So let's see here. From the thumb on the G. He does that later, which is the harmonic along that 12th fret. So everything from the top real slow. All right, hope that was helpful. Remember, I've got my website linked down there. You can check that out. Otherwise, we'll see you in another one of these videos real soon. Take care. See you later.